Hey there, fellow weird ass black sheep. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to find out if our microphone is working because, struggle streaming is a thing that is happening. Oh, something else also is happening, I think. I don't know. Something's going on. Oh, there we go. Okay. There's this one. Yep, yes, we are, Nikki K. Okay. Now, let's see. What about this one? Oh, look. Oh, yep. Okay. No. Okay. So, today on this great tour, tour, the great tour dates that we're going on today, we actually, no, you know what? We're just going through them. There's going to be a whole lot of things to point out in this one, which is kind of why I'm going live so early, is because it's kind of important. So I'm hoping people show up because why not? What else are we doing? I've been watching some of the trials. Well, looking at some of the trials that are happening, and that's not very interesting. So I'm going to do something that's totally interesting. So we are live on Jesus Regional Shit Talking Tour slash Wellness Clinic. So grab your shit and come on because we are going to figure out Jesus while we're on this tour with him. So come on, it's going to be so much fun. Okay, so we are on chapter 12. Oh, well, hey, Willow. We're on chapter 12. You want to read it? Hold on. You can read chapter 12. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that was a lot of purring for no reason. Okay. So we're on chapter 12. So Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath, and his disciples were hungry and began to pluck the heads of the grain to eat. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said, "Look, your disciples are doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath." And he was like, "Yeah, but what about David and all that?" I don't remember this story. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but what I'm saying is we are right before what happens with David in the Old Testament. So we're going to find out. But I personally do not remember this. I remember David being alone. So we are going to find out. Well, here shortly, we're going to find out. Okay. So then David's like, or Jesus is like, you know what David and his people did, especially with the showbread and stuff. Um, but don't you also know what happens with the priests? How they just profane the Sabbath and it's okay for them. Why is it not okay for us? Right? We're probably important also. But if you had known what this means, I desire mercy and not sacrifice, you would have not had condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. Yeah, take that. Jesus talks so much shit. Now, when he had departed from there, he went into their synagogue. He went in their space to fuck with them. Jesus is like, giving no fucks. He'll go in their space and talk shit about them to their face in front of everyone. Because why not be that way? Why not be that way? You mind your own business, but you're good in the world and you're good at the world. And if that means better at being a troll than them, so what? You be a better troll. Okay. So he went into their space. uh, Hold on. Then he went into their synagogue, and behold, there was a man who had a withered hand. And they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath? Because they want to get him caught up in words. Words fucking matter. All the word magic in the world, you need to learn it because it matters. Okay? Hold on. And then he said to him, what man is there among you who has one sheep? And if it falls into the pit on the Sabbath, will not lay a hold of it and lift it out? Of how much more value is a man than a sheep? It 300 shekels. That's how much a man costs. 300 shekels of silver. Yeah, it was silver. It wasn't even gold, was it? No. Jesus cost 300 shekels of silver. It wasn't even gold. How disrespectful. I would have at least paid gold. Jesus. You got him back for that, right? Because that's cheap as fuck. You got him back for that. Okay. As long as you got him back for that. Because they paid silver. They didn't even pay gold. What kind of shit is that? Okay. Anyway. So, uh, how much more is a man than a sheep? Therefore, it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath. And when he said to the man, stretch out your hand, and then bam, his hand was better. And he didn't have a strong arm anymore. It was so great. Okay. And he was better. Then the Pharisees went out and plotted at him how they might destroy him because no reason. Literally no reason. But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew from there, and great multitudes followed his glowing piles of shit. And he healed them all. Yet he warned them not to make him known, except for they need to go into the synagogue. But don't tell them what happened. I don't know what's happening. Okay. But not to make him known, that it might be fulfilled what was spoken by Isaiah, saying, behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, with whom I am well pleased. Jesus said that, or God said that out of a cloud. Anyway, I will put my spirit on him. There was the dove. And he will declare justice to the Gentiles. But he never went to the Gentiles. But okay. He will not quarrel nor cry out, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. Okay. See, that I don't understand. Okay, he will declare justice to the Gentiles. How? He will not quarrel nor cry out. No one will hear his voice in the streets. What does that mean? A bruised reed he will not break. Wait till you see what he does to the fig tree. and smoking flax he will not quench. Wait till you see what he does to the fig tree. Till he sends forth justice to victory, and his name Gentiles will trust. Because he is an amazing guy. I can't wait. Haha, this good time. Okay. Then one was brought to him who was demon possessed, blind, and mute, and he healed him so that the blind and mute man could both speak and see and tell everybody about the color green. And all the multitude were amazed and said, could this be the son of David? The answer is how. Okay. Now, when the Pharisees heard, they said, no, no, no. This guy casts out demons by demons. And Jesus said, negative, you idiot ass ghostwriter. That is not how that works. Let me explain to you how that works. The devil cannot cast out the devil because then the devil can't be the devil anymore. The fuck is wrong with you? But you would know that because you can't get rid of any demons because you're actually a demon. So that's why you can't do that. But I can do that because, I'm amazing. And not to mention, if a demon got rid of a demon, then, you know, that a house divided against itself cannot stand. So America was set up to fail from the beginning. Okay. So surely the kingdom of God has come upon you. Or how can one enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods unless he first finds the strong man and then he can plunder his house? He who is not with me is against me, and he who does not gather with me scatters. Therefore, I'm telling you, every sin and blasphemy will be forgiven, but the blasphemy against the Spirit will not be forgiven. Okay. Anyone who speaks a word against the Son will be forgiven, but whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit, it will not be forgiven, neither in this age or to come. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For a tree is known by its fruit. Brood of vipers. That's what John called them also. You fucking rat snakes with cockroach legs. You are fucking cockroach. Yes, I said that. I said it. What? He should have called them rat snakes with cockroach legs, because that's exactly what they are. Have you ever seen one? It's exactly what they look like. And they got that long dress that covers their snake tail. Fucking lizards. Anyway, okay. Brood of vipers. How can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of bullshit comes out of the heart. No, for out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. A good man, out of the good treasures of his heart, brings forth good things. And an evil man, out of the evil treasure, brings forth evil things. Because fuck that guy. Okay. But I'm telling you, every idle word men speak, they will give an account of it in the day of judgment. I hope you laugh. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. At least laugh one time. If I'm going to the middle of the line, I just want you to laugh one time, Big A. Just one time. Okay. Okay. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees answered, saying, Teacher, we want to see a sign from you. And Jesus said, I want you to eat with your left hand. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. Jesus answered and said, An evil, adulterous generation seeks after a sign. And I'm going to have to tell you, negative ghostwriter, I'm not doing shit. Read Jonah. He was in a whale for 3 days. I'm going to be in the earth for 3 days. It's going to be great. Listen. Then the men of Nineveh, why can't I read? The men of Nineveh will rise up in the judgment with this generation and condemn it because they repented at the preaching of Jonah. And indeed, a greater than Jonah is here. The queen of the south will rise up in the judgment with this generation and condemn it. For she came from the ends of the earth to hear wisdom of Solomon, and may not have listened to him because they say her country is imaginary. Although we read twice in this book, Sheba is a merchant town. It's a merchant city. It's where the merchants are. So she plundered her own country and brought it all to Solomon. We're gonna read the we're gonna read Solomon because he is my second favorite. I love and his songs are so amazing. I wanna know what that woman looks like. I bet she is hit as fuck. Anyway, we're not even there. Anyway, the Queen of Sheba, she went, uh, where am I at? The Queen, hold on. Where am I at in life? Okay. Where am I at? I swear don't know where I'm at. Okay. Nineveh. Okay, right here. For she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And indeed, a greater than Solomon is here. He should have said greater than David is here. They would have pissed him off and crucified him right at that minute. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, he goes through the dry places seeking rest and finds none. Then says, I'll just go back. And when he comes back, it's all nice and clean and pretty. So then he invites his friends, and then everything is worse than it was before. So shall it be with this generation. And while he was still talking, behold, his mother and brothers stood outside, seeking to speak with him. Then one said to him, Your mother and brother are here. And Jesus said, I don't know who the hell you're talking about, bro. And he was like, No, over there, your mom and your brother. And he's like, I don't know them. My mother and brothers are right here. I don't know about those guys. Whoever does the will of my father is my mother and my brother. Meaning his birth family does not do the God thing. And Mary lied to Jesus his whole entire life. And I can imagine him being really mad about that because he set out on his tour with nobody. I find this stuff so amusing. Oh, shit. Mm, I can't answer that, Dad. Hold on. Well, you know what? I'll just talk to my dad real quick. I don't know. I'll just tell him I'm live streaming. Oh, my dad's watching. That's so funny. He was calling me. He's watching. Anyway, anyway, Jesus is saying right here he does not know who his mother and brothers are. Because his mothers and brothers are all the Marys and all them sitting right there. Because, again, Mary lied to Jesus his whole life. She never told him who he was. We are not there yet, but here in the next couple books, it tells us all about Mary lying to Jesus. Anyway, we're going to go on to chapter 13. Chapter 13. Okay. On the same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the sea, and great multitudes were gathered together. So he got on a boat and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. So Jesus in a boat on the water, sitting down, talking to people standing up. Did he have a microphone? Can you project your voice like that? Well, maybe he is Jesus. I don't know. Anyway, then he spoke many things to them in parables. Word magic. Okay. Behold, a sower went to sow, and as he sowed, seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and ate them. Some fell on stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns choked them. But others fell on good ground and yielded a crop. Some 100-fold, some 60 and 30. He who has ears, let him hear. Look, that's all about kids. Kids growing up in different situations. All about kids growing up in different situations and the adults around them. That's what I'm saying that means. But we're going to find out. And okay. And the disciples came and said to him, these people are not very smart. So, shouldn't you talk regular? And Jesus is like, you don't know that. Oh, okay. Wait, where am I at in life? Okay. And then he said, because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom, but to them it has not been given. For whoever has, to him more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. Therefore, I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is filled, which says, hearing you will hear, and you will not understand, and seeing you will see, and not perceive. For the hearts of this people have grown dull. Their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes have closed, lest they should see with their eyes or hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their heart and turn so that I should heal them. And I want to back up like this about children. It says, to him who has, more will be given. So if he has good parents who give him good knowledge, he'll get more. But shitty parents who give their kids shitty advice, they get nothing. They don't learn a fucking thing. But never mind. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For assuredly I say to you that many prophets and religious men desired to see what you see and did not see it, and hear what you hear and did not hear it. Absolutely. Therefore, hear the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the wicked one comes and snatches it away that was sown in his heart. This is he who receives seed by the wayside. But he who receives the stone on stony places, this is he who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy, yet has no root, but endures only for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he stumbles. Now, he who receives seed among the thorns is he who hears the word and cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the world and it becomes unfruitful. But he who receives seed on the good ground is he who hears the word, understands it, and indeed bears good fruit and produces some 160 and 30-fold. Another, wait, I want to say that real quick. I have this sign. I put it on my bunny sign. Says, listen to the word, not the world. So clever. It says it up there too, but I have the wrong camera on. Maybe I can fix my camera in the middle of my live stream. And my ADD is kicking my ass. Yeah, says it right there. Says, listen to the word, not the world. Okay. Okay. And next. Okay. And then Jesus said, wait. Oh, wait. Am I in the wrong part again? I am in the wrong part. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed. But while the men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. I don't know what that means. And went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the the servants of the owners came and said, "Sir, you did not sow good seed in your field. How then does hold on. Did you not? Oh, you had good shit. So how did these tares get in here?" And then he said, "An enemy has done this." The servant said, "Was so what do we do?" And he's like, "Gather up all of it and take the tares out as you gather them, and then throw those in the fire. Because if you don't, they're all gonna die. So just wait it out." Uh, okay. Another parable he put forth, saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed. A man took and sowed in his field." Wait, I can't read. "Which indeed is the least of all the seeds. But when it is grown, it is greater than all the herbs and becomes a tree, so the birds can rest in it." Another parable he spoke to them: "The kingdom of heaven is like leaven, which women took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till it was all leavened." All these things Jesus spoke to the multitude in parables, and without a parable he did not speak to them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, "I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things kept secret from the foundation of the world." I don't know what any of that means, but I do. I think it's Jesus is talking about the imagination of heaven. Like, if you just think it's as big as this, man, it'll be so great. But really, heaven is a big ass battlefield. And we're all down here in angel boot camp trying to pass. We got to endure. Endurance. We get to go in God's army. So then Jesus sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came to him, saying, "Okay, we need to know what the tares mean." And he said, "He who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seeds are the Jews, terrible as God people, but the tares are the sons of the wicked one." Are you okay? Okay. I think everybody is awake. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, the tares are the sons of the wicked one, which are actually the Jews. The enemy who sowed the seed is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are the angels. Don't fear the reaper. Therefore, as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, fire, smoke, she is arising, right? So it will be at the end of this age. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all the things that offend, and all those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing, weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Yeah, just like that, twice. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field. which a man found and hid, and for joy over it, he sells all he has to buy that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls, who, when he found one pearl of great price, sold everything that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a dragnet that was cast into the sea and gathered some of every kind, which, when it is full, they drew to shore, and they sat down and gathered the good to vessels, but threw the bad away. So it will be at the end of the age, and the angels will come forth, separate the wicked from among the just, and cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Yeah, all sorts of shit. And then Jesus said to them, have you understood all of these things? And of course they do, because of course they do. Nobody else does, but they do. And then he said, therefore, every scribe instructed concerning the heaven is like a householder who brings out of his treasure things new and old. What? And then he said, therefore, every scribe instructed concerning heaven is like a householder who brings out of his treasure things new and old. Look, look. Do you know what he just said right there? Do you literally know what he just said right there? They're mixing new shit and old shit. They're just making shit up. I've been saying that. And that's what he's saying right here. The scribes, they're saying some old shit and some new shit. They're just making shit up. Jesus tells you right here. We don't even have to go any further in this story for Jesus to tell us this again, because he tells us this again. Okay. Now, it came to pass when Jesus finished these parables that he left from there. When he had come to his own country, he taught them in their synagogue. So they were astonished and said, where did this man get his wisdom and these mighty works? Isn't this Mary's son? And Joe, isn't this their kid? How does he know this shit? Look, we know his brothers and his sisters. How did he do this? So then they were super offended for some reason. But Jesus said to them, a prophet is not without honor, except in his own country and his own house. That is not true. Only Jesus was the one not allowed at his own place, because Jesus. Anyway, now he did not do any very many mighty things there because of their unbelief. But listen, I gotta pee real quick. So hold on. I We gotta pause right here, but I know how to do the music thing. Yeah. See? I do good job. Something happened. Okay. Sorry. Thank you for letting me go pee. I appreciate that. Okay. So now we're on chapter 14 of Matthew. We are on chapter 14. Oh, yeah. Hold on. 1 second. Okay. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the report about Jesus, and then he said to his servants, okay, he said, "This is Jean le Baptiste. I killed him. He's come back from the dead. He's about to haunt my life. Oh my God. He was a problem in, oh shit, my bad. Hold on. Haha. He was a problem in life and now he's a problem in death. But Herod had John beheaded, right? So it's because, okay, Herod's wife got pissed off at John because John told Herod not to have sex with this chick because it was his brother's wife. So something happened with his brother. I think he had his brother killed so he could sleep with his wife. And John told him not to do that. So the queen gets her daughter all hosed up and she makes her daughter dance for King Herod. And he's like, "Ooh, I love the little girl. She danced so good. She does good job." Right? And he's like, "I'll give you whatever you want." And she's like, "Oh my God, let me talk to my mom. Mom, what do you want?" And she said, "I want John, I want John the Baptist's head on a platter. And I swear on everything I love, I hope John stuck his tongue out." And they like presented it to her like, "Ugh." And I hope she fucking freaked out. I hope it was great. Anyway, that's what happened to John Lee Baptiste. And Herod was scared because he thought Jesus was John. And Jesus heard what had happened to John, and he departed from there by boat to a deserted place by himself. But when the multitude saw his glowing piles of shit, they followed him. And uh and when Jesus went, he saw they followed his shiny piles of shit, and then he felt sad because why would they do that? Anyway, and he healed all their sick. And when it was the evening, his disciples came, saying, yeah, there's so, look, we need to send these people away so they can go stimulate the economy. And Jesus was like, nope, we don't even need to do that. Do you forget who my dad is? Listen, right now, what do we have? And they're like, 5 fish and 2 breads. And Jesus is like, Dad, 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 listen, we need some food. Me and my friends. I have got like a bazillion friends right here and we need a sandwich. Thank you. And then by the time they were done, um, hold on. When they were done, there were 5,000 men, women, and children. Immediately, Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side while he went, or while he sent the multitude away. And when and then he went up the mountain by himself to pray. Now, whenever no, when evening came, he was alone there. But the boat was now in the middle of the sea tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Okay, I'm going to do my best to shut the fuck up, okay? Because I have real problems. Oh, man. Okay. So, the wind was throwing the boat all over the place, right? Now, in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went out to them walking on the sea. And when his disciples saw him walking on the sea, they immediately shit their pants. It doesn't say that. You know, that's exactly what happened, though. I can't even with life right now. Anyway, they started freaking out about it being a ghost. And then Jesus was like, shut up. There's no such thing as a ghost. There's a demon and there is an angel. And you know that because that's all we've been dealing with. So why would you even be scared of a ghost? You know how to exorcise demons. So why would you even be scared? And plus, yeah, I'm the only one that could even do this. I'm the only one who has moving legs, you know? So you should have automatically known it was me and not a ghost. Just saying. Hi, baby. Anyway, but okay, right. And Peter said, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. Peter, shut up, Peter. I hate Peter. I do not like this guy. I do not like this guy. And then Jesus was like, come on. No, stop texting me. Shh. We gotta be quiet. Okay. So, and Peter had come down out of the boat. He walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind was boisterous, he got afraid and began to sink. And then he said, oh my God, help me. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I got my ball stuck in a vice. I'm gonna die. Save me. And Jesus reached out his hand and caught him and said, oh, you of little faith. Yeah, yeah. You save him, but he does not save you. You save him, but he does not save you. I wonder if he thinks about this when he's alone by himself. Anyway, and when they got into the boat, the wind calmed down. Then those who were in the boat came and worshiped him, saying, truly, you are the Son of God. And when they had crossed over, they came to the land of Gerber baby food again. And the men of that place recognized him because, he killed their pigs and stuff. Uh, then they went out. Uh, then they sent out all the surrounding regions and they brought all the sick and they begged him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched it were made perfectly well. Yeah, they're made perfectly well. Okay. Now we are on chapter 15. 15 chapters. Yeah. Okay. When the scribes and the Pharisees who were from Jerusalem came to Jesus saying, why do your disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they do not wash their hands when they eat. Jesus said, you motherfuckers need to eat with your left hand without washing them. So that way you worship your God that way. Gross ass motherfuckers. He did not say that. I said that. But anyway, back then, did they have toilet paper? I don't know what's happening. Okay. And then Jesus said, why do you also transgress? And you transgress the commandment. Love your mother and your father. You know, be nice to your mama and your daddy. But you're like, no, once you turn 18, you don't got to be nice to your parents anymore. That is some fucking bullshit, right? That's Jesus smashing bullshit. You're supposed to love your parents no matter what all the time. So that's what you need to do. But you guys are like, nah, you don't have to. Listen. Okay. These people, hold on, hold on. Isaiah prophesied about you, saying, these people draw near with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and in vain they worship me, teaching as doctrines. No, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. Exactly. I've been saying that from the start. This shit is made up. These rules. Like, people say, oh, the Bible is made up. No, 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 no. The part that they want you to follow is made up. The parts they don't pay attention to are the parts that are not made up. The part they pay attention to is what they made up, which is the book of Paul, all the letters of Paul. The shit they want you to listen to, shit they made up. Not all of it is fake. You'll know it's fake because that's the only shit they want you to pay attention to. Fuck what you heard. They don't call me a sage for no reason. Actually, I'm the only one that calls me that. But I don't do it for no reason. There is a very valid reason. I just don't know what it is. Okay. When the scribes and the Pharisees, oh, chapter 15. When the scribes and the Pharisees who were from Jerusalem, oh, yeah, never mind. Okay. When he had called the multitude to himself, he said, hear and understand. Not what goes into the mouth defiles the man. Although don't eat with your shit hand. Okay? I'm just don't. Not what you eat. Go, not what goes into the mouth defiles you. It's what comes out of the mouth defiles you. Then his disciples came and said, did you just, do you know you just offended those guys over there? And Jesus was like, so? They don't do a good job. And they're mad at me because I do a good job. Fuck those guys. That's not what Jesus said. But he should have. He said, every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted will be uprooted. Let them alone. They are blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, they both fall into a pit. Then fucking Peter, Peter, look, Peter answered and said, what do you mean? And he said, are you still so stupid? Were you born that way, son? Were you dropped on your head when you were a baby? I think you might have been dropped on your head, boy. Bless your heart. No, he said, you still don't understand. Whatever enters the mouth, you shit it out. But whatever comes out of your mouth is a real problem. Like, for out of the heart proceeds evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witnesses, blasphemies. All these things defile the man, and they come from your heart. If your heart says do it, don't do it. unless it's help me feed my raccoons. If your heart tells you to do that, you should do that. Because it's about time to start preparing to feed my raccoons. Uh, If your heart tells you to do that, please do that. Then, then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, here we go. Here we go. Jesus is not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. Okay. So Jesus went from there to Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried, saying, listen, Jesus, dude, my daughter, I know you can do things and my daughter needs your help. Right. And then his disciples were like, listen, we can send. But Jesus was like, no, no, no. I was not sent except for the lost sheep of the vampires. Then she came and worshiped him, saying, yeah, but please, I need your help, though. And then Jesus said, yeah, but I don't want to give the baby's food to a dog because you're a dog, lady. Jesus is not a nice guy. Man, he's so mean. He called this lady a dog. Okay. But then she was like, no, no, no. Even dogs get crumbs. Shut up, old man. Fix my daughter. And Jesus was like, you need to come on my shit talking to her. You are so clever, lady. You are the only one that talked back. Look, you should come on my tour, though, for real. But yeah, all joking aside, your daughter's fine. uh, then Jesus departed from there and skirted the Sea of Galilee and went up on the mountain and sat down there. Then great multitudes following as shiny piles of shit came to him, having with them the lame, the blind, the mute, the maimed. I should be there. I'm severely maimed also. And many others. And they laid them down at Jesus' feet, and he healed them. So the multitude marveled when they saw the mute speaking, the maimed made whole, the lame walking, and the blind seeing, and they glorified the God of the vampires. Now, Jesus called his disciples to himself and said, I have compassion on the multitude because they have been with me 3 days and have had nothing to eat, and I don't want to send them away hungry. Then his disciples said, yeah, there's not even enough places here. And Jesus was like, what do you have? And they were like, we have 7 loaves of bread and a few little fish. And he was like, did you guys forget who I am? Dad, I'm having a sleepover again and we need some food. I know. Don't make pizza rolls. It's too late. Don't turn on the deep fryer. I know it's too late. But we could have a sandwich. Sandwich good? Okay. Sandwich is good. So Jesus told everybody to sit down and everybody ate. And they ended up with 7 large baskets full of the fragments. Now, there was 4,000 men, women, and children that ate. And he sent away the multitude and got back into the boat and came to the region of Magdala. How many minutes are we at? Oh, look. Huh. All right. So, yeah, we're going to end right here because I got to take my medicine in a half hour and call my dad. So, we're going to end right here. And I want to tell you the word magic in here. You know how Jesus said, um, the parable of the sower was like, it meant one thing. Well, actually, it probably meant that thing. But I compared it to children and different areas of life and how the adults around them affect them. Words mean shit, and it depending on how you use them is what they mean. And you need to learn how people are talking to you. You need to learn word magic. It's so completely important to learn word magic. And reading these parables, it teaches you a lot of that because you could think of many situations that these parables could mean. And you start teaching yourself word magic that way and learn what people are saying to you. Yes. And also, also keep your head up and your mouth moving, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready, stay ready, listen. Be good in the world, be good at the world. And remember, those that listen to metal are those that do it the absolute fucking best. I love you so